What's up guys, welcome to today's video. As you can see by the title, we're going to be doing a SQLite pawn tutorial. Now I've already done a tutorial on this, but I've actually had to upgrade it now because I wasn't really using a very secure password hashing algorithm before. It was using UDB hash, but now we're going to be using BCrypt, which is more secure. But anyway guys, let's jump right into it. So basically what you want to do is you want to start a new script, and we want to leave, we'll leave the main because it's going to be a game mode, so we'll leave the main. We'll go like this, leave the main, and we want the game mode, so we want this. We'll go there, move the end if, and we'll go like this. Alright, we won't use BCrypt yet, we'll get everything else ready to go, but there, all we want is the game mode in it and game mode exit. So let's get the script to that stage guys. Right there, bang. That's the stage we want to get the script to. Alright, so basically what we're going to do is we're using SQLite, which is actually built into to ASAMP, so we don't need an include or anything. But anyway, we're going to start with creating the tables if they do not exist. So it's going to be something like this. Oh, actually we've got to open the database first. First we've got to actually do this. We'll open it, but we've got to do a couple of definitions here. We'll start with new DB, and we'll define the database. We'll call it the server database, and new DB result, and we'll call that a result. Alright, so I think that's going to work. Yep. So we open the database. And now we need to create the table if it does not exist, because this actually creates the database for you. There's no need to actually create a database, so we'll start there. We'll call this users, and we're going to be saving. You can use IDs. It's more better to use IDs, so everyone's got a unique ID. But if they're not really changing names, we can just go name. And what we're going to do is we're going to save their score, their kills, and their deaths. Alright, so now we've opened the database, create the table if it does not exist. Now we've got to go to and close the database under on game mode exit. Alright guys, that should compile now. What's going on here? Server database, that's right, results never used, and this, we've got to actually define a location for the database, so we'll go here, server database. And we'll just call it server.db. That's actually going to be located in your script files folder, guys. So if you want, you can actually create a directory inside your script files and say call it you know, my server, like that, and you can create a folder and then have the database within that folder. But we're just going to create it within the script file folder. So now we've got users, name, score, kills, deaths. All right. So now we've got that. Now what we can do is we can create an enumerator, because we want to like we can use get player score and set player score for their score, but there is no get player kills or get player deaths, so we've got to create that. So we'll start with enumerator, enum, player, we'll just call it player data, and we'll go like this, and we'll go player kills and player deaths. Player underscore deaths. Now we don't want to put one there for the last one. You always got to leave that off for the last one. And we'll go like this, and we'll call it new player data max players player data. Alright, so now we've got our enumerator. Oh wait, sorry. Now we've got our enumerator. We actually need onPlayerDef and onPlayerSpawns. Let's quickly go here, onPlayerDef. We need onPlayerConnect, sorry. onPlayerConnect and onPlayerDisconnect. We'll just quickly get those. So we need onPlayerConnect and onPlayerDisconnect. That's what we want here. And we're going to need onPlayerDef as well. Alright, Alright, so we'll need onPlayer connect, onPlayer disconnect, onPlayer def. Because onPlayer def, that's where we actually set their kills and their deaths. So onPlayer def. Alright, so now we've got our enumerator. We can actually, well, for the player ID, they've just died, so now the player ID's player deaths has got to go up. So we'll add to their player deaths and the killer ID. We should actually be going like this, guys. If killer ID does not equal invalid player ID, that means there was an actual killer ID. We can go like this. Oh, wait. We can go like this. The player, we can go killer ID here. So we can add to the player kills. And the player ID gets added to their player def. So now we want to set player score. Killer ID, we'll want to add to their score. So get player score, whatever their score is, or -1. I mean, their score's going to go up, so we'll go like that. And then for the player ID, it's as simple as getting the player score, so the killer ID, the player ID. So there we -1 of their scores. So there you go, guys. That's as simple as it is for saving kills and deaths. Is basically under onPlayer def. The killer ID is the person that killed the player ID, and the player ID is the person that died. When there is no killer ID, that means that they've committed suicide or something. So we don't want this code to be executed if there is no killer ID. So if the killer ID does not equal invalid player ID, we want to give them score, and we want to get up their kills. And for the player ID, we want to minus their score and up their deaths. So now that we save that, now what we can do is we want to create a login system. So we'll start with, we'll go define, we'll call it register dialog 0, and we'll go define login dialog 1. Alright, so now we've got the dialogues. We can we've got to do some sort of check here, so let me go to find something here. This is what we need here. We need something like this. Alright, let me just quickly grab this and break it down. So onPlayer connect. So this is where we check if they're actually, if the account exists, we show them login dialog. But if it doesn't exist, we show them the register dialog. Register. I'm going to be putting this script on GitHub, guys, so you can download it and like follow along, or if you want to just download it and try it out, you can. But anyway, so now we're going to go here. So we select all from. See, we could be selecting all, but we don't need all the data, right, guys? So what we're going to do is we can just we'll just call it, we'll just use one field that's within there. We'll just call it name. Select name from users where name equals, and I use calate no case, so you know, somebody with a name like this, somebody else can't join with a name like this. You know what I mean? And then there'll be two different accounts. So I'll do calate no case, so it doesn't matter what case it is, like their name changes the cases, it doesn't matter, it's still going to be the same account. So, and DB escape, instead, I'm going to use DB escape because I haven't actually tried. Apparently you can use Q/Q, but I haven't tried it, and I don't want to, you know, do something that doesn't work. So we're just going to use wireless as DB escape. We'll quickly grab that. We'll throw this up here. Alright, so we want to, like, when you doing queries within a SQLite or a MySQL system, and you're actually inputting text, and the text is actually coming from the player, say it's their name that they've typed in, or a bit of text that you want to save, you've got to escape the string, because if you don't, they can actually do queries. They can actually type this query in like this and mess around with your database and do all sorts of stuff like that. So you have to escape all sorts of strings that you're putting in there, unless it's like a number that only you change within the script. You can save it, because you're not going to attack yourself, obviously. But anyway, a DB escape. So we want to get their name. Let me just quickly grab this function, because I'll make it easier by I create this function quickly, so we can quickly save there. So this just gets their name. This is just so I don't have to keep typing this and creating variables and doing all that. I just do get name rah and it returns their name. So get name. So select name from users where name equals rah. So if that account actually exists, we want to show them the login dialog. But if it doesn't want to show them, show player dialog, player ID, what is it? Register dialog, which is the dialog ID, and then it's dialog style password, because it's going to be a password. So if you put dialog style input, it won't hide the password, and it's not really good. So you've got to be doing passwords for these type of dialogues. So we'll go like that. I'll just quickly fill this in. I like to go and make all my letters white. So it's it's 4 F's to make it white. So I usually do this for my dialog. So register account. This is what shows at the top of the dialog, and this is what shows in the middle of the dialog. Please enter a password to register an account. Okay. Please enter a password below to register an account. And then we can just go enter and then leave. Now this is critical. What we do here is, because now when the dialog opens, they're sort of locked in the dialog and they've got to respond or not respond. So this means they've responded to the dialog. This means they haven't responded to the dialog. So if they don't respond to the dialog, we don't want it to just close and then continue on with the server. We need to kick them. So remember, we're going to be kicking them for that. But we'll just quickly create the login dialog. We'll go login. Register account. Account login. Please enter your password below to log in to your account. Please enter your password. Please enter your password below to log into your account. Alright, enter leave. Alright, that's what we need. So that should compile, guys. Something's really up. Database result. That's what it is. I've done this as database result. Alright, what's this? 73 doesn't like that line. Oh, here we go. All we need is the query, so we'll go like that. Make that a bit shorter, because that doesn't need to be that big. Alright, so we'll go. So that should be right now. Alright, now we need on dialog response. So we need that bit of code there like this. So now under on dialog response, let me just go like this. Alright. Alright, so if the dialog equals, let's start with the register. If there's, now this is the critical part where we've got to kick them if they don't respond. So else if they respond, else if they don't respond. So if they respond, we do that, else if they don't respond, we just kick the player. Alright, so now that they've responded to it, we need to, let me just quickly, it's just going to be easy for me to go like this. What's going on there? So we need something like this. I'll show you in a sec what it is. So if the input text is, we need to check how many characters they got, because if they don't put any text and you don't do this sort of check, it's just going to keep going down the script. You know what I mean? So I usually do it from, their password's got to be at least 3 characters and no more than 24 characters. So I've got to send client message. That was sent invalid message. Ignore that. That's just me creating a language system. Send client message. We'll just do that. -1 equals white. So your password error. I'll just go server. Your password must be from 3 to 24 characters. Alright, and we want to return the register dialog again and show them the dialog again. So it locks them back into the dialog until they actually input something, which is their input text that is 3 to 24 characters long. Alright, so now we've got their password. They've done in like a, we need to encrypt their password now. So here's the critical part, guys. I'm going to put this link in the description. This is a download BCrypt. So what you do is just download one of these and put the plugins in your plugin folder and the include in the include folder, and then come back to your script, come up here and go like this. Make sure you when you save the include, you save it as BCrypt if it's not already saved as it. So we'll call it BCrypt like that. And that's credits to SYS, this guy here. So shout out to him. But anyway, basically what we're going to do is we're going to go to BCrypt. So now we want to encrypt their password that they've put in. So what we need to do is go to here and grab this block of code. As you can see, I'm using it in my script. So we want to encrypt their password now. So we want to encrypt the player ID's password and the input text that we're encrypting, and always leave that 12, guys. That's just how fast I think it does it. But on user pass create, so let's just call this OnPlayerRegister. So it makes more sense. So OnPlayerRegister, and then we're going to come down and create that. This is the block of code that we need. So now you can come here and create OnPlayerRegister. So now the password, it's only 60, but don't mind my OCD, guys. 64. I like to keep things in 8 bits of 8. Alright, so the query, this is a massive query because I actually created a very massive query thing like this, but we only need about 4 of them. So we'll go wait, oh shit, we only need about this much. Alright, let me do it this way. Alright, we only need about name, score, kills, deaths, so we only need 4. So there we go, name, score, kills, deaths. Name, score is going to be a number like that. So the name's going to be a string, the score is going to be a number, kills, and deaths. As you can see, why my string was so long is because I use heaps of them. But all we need is 4. So name, score, kills, deaths. Name, score, kills, deaths. Alright, so that's all we need. So now we need to go name, score, kills, deaths. Oh wait, sorry guys, I actually gotta we've got to save there. Let me just quickly go up to here. And what we're going to do is we're going to save their password. So name, pass, score, kills this. So name, pass, score, kills this. Alright. So now, name, we're going to save their password. Their pass is going to be a string. So name, pass, score, kills, and deaths. We'll get another one of these. Alright, name, pass, score, kills, deaths. Name, pass, score, kills, deaths. There we go, guys. So we're getting their name. We're escaping it, of course, because they can type in their name. The password is just going to be a hashed password, which is what we want to save to there. Their score will be get player score, which should already be 0. But see what we'll do here under OnPlayer Connect, we'll reset their data quickly. Yeah, we'll go set player score player ID 0. So they will set their score like that, and then we'll get their kills and their deaths, and we'll reset it. 0. Kills, deaths. Alright. So score, and now we just need the kills. Alright, so name, password, score, kills, and deaths. That was only, is it kills, deaths? Yeah, kills, deaths. Alright, so that was only on the second row because it was so long, but that's what it should look like that. That shouldn't be too long. So there we go. Name, pass, score, kills, deaths. Name, pass, score, kills, deaths. Name, pass, score, kills, deaths. Alright. Get my score. That should all work. Alright, so now that they've registered an account, we can actually send them a message saying you have successfully registered an account. Alright. Alright, so there we go. That should work now. Bang, what have we got going on here? Cannot read file BCrypt. Oh, that's right. Sorry guys, it's SAMP BCrypt, I believe. The other way around. I'd like to forward definitions, so 138 and 133. We've got to make a forward for this, so we'll go forward. And empty, that's not used. Cool, let's go like that. Alright, so there we go. That should work now. Oh yeah, that's just that. Alright, there we go guys, that works. So there we go. That's how you encrypt passwords, right? So now we've encrypted it, and that should be all we have to do there. So let me just put a return here. Alright, so now they've registered a password. Now we're going to do the exact same thing for login. Well, not the exact same thing, but pretty much. So else login dialog. Alright, so now we need to, the first thing we need to do for, let's just quickly go here. Where is it? So for the login, we've got to go like this. Alright, so now we've got to verify the password. So what we do is we actually get their password. So select pass from users when name equals that. So then we get the pass and we put it to a field which is 64 characters long, because our normal character one is it's 60, but I'll put it at 64. So we get the field. So we get their password and then we check it against their input text. So this one's going to be on player login. So now we can go like this. On player login. And this is all going to be different code here. So let me just quickly see how it's done here. Just grabbing blocks of code from one of my main scripts. Alright, this is going to be like this. Is that all it is? Let me just quickly check. So I don't have to grab it all. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to grab it all. Let's quickly grab it. So this is going to be the on-player login now. Oh wait. What am I doing there? Sorry, I was just confusing myself a bit there. Let me just go like this. Alright, what I need is about that many. So field 1 or field 2. I might not need any fields. Oh yeah, I'm going to need the field S24. We'll make this. Alright, so select all from users when name equals that name. Escaping the data, of course. And now we can get the score. We can go like this now. Score. Kills deaths. Kills deaths. So score. Player, player. Oh wait, this is going to be set player score. The string value of the field, so the score, we're going to set it to that, and then it's going to be player kills, player deaths. Alright, now we can actually see, because with BCrypt verify, there's a parameter which is success. So if the password does verify, if what the actual password is what they put in, the actual same encryption, then it'll be a success. So if there is no success, this is where we this is where they've put in a wrong password. So just so it's going to be quick for the tutorial, what we do is we kick the player if they get the password wrong. What you can do is you can count what I just had before. You can count and then do all that. But we're just going to kick the player, make it real secure that they get kicked if they put in the wrong password. And here we can just send them a message saying you have successfully logged into your account. You have successfully logged into your account. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so that should actually work. This is going to be needs a forward. Alright, on player login. Alright, that should work. Yep, looks like it's going to work. So there we go. That's how you going on here. Oh, 165. Oh, what's going on here? Okay, whatever was going on there. There we go. Alright, so there's the login and register system basically with BCrypt. So it's secure. So this is why I've updated the tutorial, because the last one wasn't that secure. So, but anyway, now we've done that. We've got the login, register. We're saving their data. Now we've actually got to save the account. So wait, let me go like this. Back. So now we've got to actually save the data underneath, like when we can create a save an account like this. Let's just call it save account, because you can actually use this save account elsewhere within your script, but we're just going to put it under here. So now let's go to here. Alright. We're going to need that block code like this. So now save account. So now we can just create a save account like this. Alright, save account. So now we need to create a login. See, we need to do this, guys, just so it's like, for here we can go bool player log. So now under OnPlayer connect, we can go like this. Alright, and now under their login, alright, so we only really want to be saving accounts if they've actually logged in and they've got something to save. So now, let me just quickly go like this. Alright. Alright, so if they're logged in, let's just get rid of this. See, I haven't been saving their position and that, so like you usually save their position just by putting X, Y, Z, and then it's easy to save their position and all that sort of stuff, but I'm trying to keep it simple. And now what we need to do is we need to save their score, kills, deaths. Score, kills, deaths, where name equals that. Okay. So the score is going to be, oh. So get player score, this score, we're saving the score, and kills, and deaths. So we're saving this score, set score, kills, deaths where name equals that. Score, kills, deaths where name equals that. Okay, we're escaping their name because they input it. Remember that. Let's just go. Alright, so there's a save the account. So you can actually use that save account. Say you want to save, instead of, you know, waiting for the player to disconnect to save all the data, you can actually use save account wherever you want it within the script, like, you know, /save account or something. But anyway, guys, that should compile, and there we go. That's how you create a SQLite pawn store. But basically, it's the same thing for MySQL, but it's just the functions are different. You know what I mean? So the queries are all the same. So it's all pretty much the same stuff, guys. But this is done with BCrypt, which is more secure. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Let me know in the comments if there's any other tutorials you'd like me to do, and what type of tutorials you want me to do on that. And yeah, I'll be putting this script on GitHub, so you can download on GitHub, and check it out. And I'll be making sure it works before I put it up there. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one, guys.